So what this does for Serral would means that he can pull drones a little bit early. He can interrupt the bunker production, which is definitely the priority here for the Zerg. Getting rid of these SCVs and forcing those Marines away from the bunkers.
Yeah, he's beginning to push forward now. The drones have been pulled. The SCV continues to produce the bunker. And the drones, in a lot of ways, will just body block and interfere with the Marines being able to enter cleanly into the bunker. The second SCV does get up, though. There's 2 SCVs on this side, which means it's going to be a lot harder to actually prevent this bunker from starting.
And 3 Marines.
Yeah, and as Serral pulls away, I think this bunker's going to finish. Good targeting.
Yeah, the bunker certainly looks like it's going to finish up here, but the Lings are out for Serral, and the Marines are nowhere near it, Tasteless.
5 drone kills so far, but with the drones and the Lings, the Zerg can actually take this fight. Was that a Marine going up?
No, I'm sorry.
That was a Reaper coming up here.
Yeah, this is actually something that Special showed us a little bit in WCS, and TY Special, of course, do share builds. So with the Reaper follow-up, Serral needs to delay Ling speed here because he doesn't have, he's got all these drones and Lings on the front line with these Queens. So this means the Reapers can really dance around their early game Zerg army, and this is a great strategical decision from TY.
Because it's still a game of responses, right? So he's going to come in here. Now, he's also going to come in and try to actually hit with these Reapers, and these Reapers can do quite nicely against these Marines, against these Lings, especially if they can get those grenades set up. But again, most importantly, TY scouts in here. He says, okay, what is Serral's next step? Because TY is going to need to stay ahead.
Well, like I said, there's a lot of options for the Zerg. Like, does Serral drop a Roach Warren or a Baneling Nest to go for a counter bust or something aggressive here? TY's barracks just making sure that the Zerg's being kept honest. This hatchery doesn't have a ton of hit points on it, and normally I don't see Reapers kill structures, but that is quite low.
Yeah, this is probably going to be saves down doing this with the grenades coming out here. You're not going to probably kill any roaches, but you're at least going to curb the amount of damage that can happen back at home.
He splits one from the back there. Serral actually saving it by turning into a Ravager there. Nice little move there from Serral.
Oh, these Lings are coming here and trying to surround.
There's 4 Hellions here on the ramp, though. Can TY cut through these Lings and secure his exit? Looks like that is the case. So these units stay alive. TY's trying to get those extra couple factories down because he wants to go to the BC BATTLE-MECH here. Oh, that's quite a few Reapers and Hellions here, Tasteless.
I think Serral actually might have made a pretty grave error here. You know, one thing about Roaches in this situation is they can be kited and take a lot of damage, but they also will receive a lot of damage as they try to head back home. Now here's that battlecruiser warp in. The question is, how will Serral handle this? Because as long as the battlecruiser stays alive, the Zerg is losing a lot, and the Terran loses virtually nothing.
So far, not so good. It looks like Serral's got a lack of queen count here. He's got, oh, there we go, extra few from the low ground. So these 5 queens definitely enough to dance with that BC. The Roaches definitely also high enough in count to be able to handle the Reapers and the Hellions in the low ground. It's Voltron.
Yeah. Basically. Okay, he's coming forward now. A few corrosive biles are shot out, but it doesn't appear that they did very much damage at all. A small counterattack here with these Roaches.
Yeah, nice moves from Serral, putting some presence on the board, but TY's going to try and Yamato down these Infestors, and he does get a couple of them. The Biles, though, getting one of those BCs. That is Serral's actual only consistent anti-air that's got, like, good burst damage here, along with the Queens. Oh, these Roaches still finding more damage here. TY not respecting these Roaches on the north side of the map. They're getting deeper into his infrastructure.
So TY has set up his foothold. From here, he's going to try to artillery this down. Great denial there by those Ravagers for Serral. He's actually pushed it back just slightly. The tanks are not in range of the hatchery, so Serral's still in pretty good shape. You can see TY fishing with the idea of trying to come up that ramp and then saying, this isn't very safe. And actually, I think there's a chance. Yeah, Serral's just going to go for it. He's going to try to bust him.
Yeah, he brought a few Queens there, lost a couple of them immediately, but he wants to really break this line of TY. Getting those Biles down, another battlecruiser goes down, some of the tanks went down as well. These 4 tanks to the north side doing insane damage to the ground army of Serral. But if he can get rid of the BCs and push this back, he has a hope. TY is still starting to trade all right down here in the low ground. He's got +2 on those tanks. They are hitting really hard.
Nicely done there by TY. He still has this foothold. He has not lost that, but Serral is macroing out at a pretty scary pace. What he really wants to do is get those Ravagers there and hit that tank clump, that clump of 4 tanks. If he can actually hit that right in the middle, he's going to annihilate all that, and TY will have no way to do more damage in this push.
Well, Serral doesn't have a whole lot of gas to play with, so he's throwing in some Lings. That BC gets picked off there. TY losing that big air unit. He actually doesn't have high ground vision anymore without scans or these Hellions on the high ground.
No spotter.
So now he can buy all these down. Exactly, you're absolutely right, Tasteless.
And he's pushed that away a little bit further, and I don't know if TY is going to try to double down on this position, but there's no way this push is going to last. Serral has survived this attack and now has freedom to expand and grow on the map.
The fact that Serral didn't die right there is a testament to how good of a player he is. Every other Zerg in the world would be dead right now. But he held on. That's incredible.
Yeah, that was pretty insane, and he did a really good job by, when he got rid of that battlecruiser. I know that a lot of times we'll think of a battlecruiser as like the unit that's taking the fight. In that case, it was actually there to give high ground vision. So when he took that out, then he was able to come in there and gun down the rest of those tanks. Really nicely done.
And very nicely done by TY as well, catching a good line of drones there, getting 8 of them. Very nice, very nice. You know, Serral hasn't been able to get to that comfortable drone count just yet, especially considering TY keeps finding this econ damage. Oh, a nice cluster of drones getting barbecued right there. 17 of them going down so far, and there's those Hellions getting finished off. So, wow. Very nice run by TY. Relatively inexpensive for him. He's got a lot of minerals to play with. And now he's throwing in Liberators into the mix as well, and he's very good at controlling them and keeping them out of harm's way. Yeah,
we've seen TY go back into a harassing phase here as he's just trying to get some damage. That TY is actually bigger than Serral right now.
Yes.
He has more supply, he has more bases. It's one of the funny features about how this will actually tech up. And, oh my God, 33 drones.
Yeah, this is really rough for Serral. He did such a great job of that engagement, but handling these Blue Flame Hellions has definitely not been his strength in the mid game here or into late game. TY finding some very critical damage. He's up over 30 workers right now. That is devastating to the economy of Serral. 41 drones have died, and he's trying to get up in a hive right now. Look at how small his bank is, Tasteless, and look at how bad his upgrades are.
TY is at 80 workers. Maney.
Tassels.
I mean, this is
rough.
That's a lot, and he has plenty of extra CCs to drop mules too. So I mean, TY is now an economic powerhouse. Remember,
not lose any more drones, but he also needs to be able to get that Infestor count and get that Roach Ravager count up a little bit higher as well, because there is so many tanks here, and Serral has 0 Vipers on the map right now, so no Blinding Clouds to stop those tanks.
One of the little mini games that you have here is you're trying to force the siege tanks to siege with the Ravagers, and then Corrosive Bile the sieging siege tanks, because those are the ones you're guaranteed to do damage on.
TY going for some Hellbat dumps here on the Zerg army, forcing Serral back a little bit, giving those tanks room to be able to leapfrog forward here, get closer and closer to the Zerg's infrastructure. Bile's getting a couple kills here, but Serral, it just feels like his composition just isn't right here. It just isn't exactly what he wants against this army. Not having any Blinding Clouds really does make this hard.
Okay, he's coming in now. TY needs to make this attack work. Serral, again, he's very good at finessing against these tanks. He comes in there, he guns them down, he darts back, but the Ravager count's getting lower and lower and lower. Oh, great Neural Parasite here.
Couple Neurals on those Cyclones, because why not? Takes them out of the mix. They were kind of the frightening unit, I guess, at the front line for TY. I'm actually a little surprised that the Cyclones are being thrown in here. But, you know, I expected more tanks, I guess.
I actually, in the fight, almost didn't see them because I was watching the tanks and the Ravagers so much.
Well,
nicely done! He can gun the tanks down in the back!
Certainly can. These tanks are going to start shooting their own kind here, taking them out one at a time for that high ground.
Oh, he's so good.
He is so good,
This is so smart. And then, of course, he can easily kill those tanks as they're neural parasited. That's a word.
It is a word now.
So, GG.
Oh, my God.
TY.